Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for your fearless leader.
You got it, dude.
Hey, oh, let's go.
All right. And here we go.
Welcome back to a more depressed version of the Here We Go podcast. I am Trent Ging, and you all know Colin Phillips. Colin, how we feeling?
Hey man, not too bad. Just been pondering lately.
Yeah, pondering our life choices as Steeler fans right now about.
Correct.
All right, let's get into some breaking news before we get into the Buffalo Bills game. So, big news of the day, Darius Slay is out the door. So, he was a healthy scratch last week and the week before. So, at some point, this kind of wasn't a surprise. Asante Samuel gets called up. He's going to be brought into the 53-man roster. Let's just get the reaction of those two moves first before we move on to the others.
Yeah, I mean, I think when he got benched, it was pretty clear he wasn't going to play much the rest of the year. Eccles and Pierre were outplaying him by a long shot. He was getting hurt very often, so I wasn't shocked by any of it, if I'm being totally honest. I thought Samuel in the limited snaps he played yesterday Sunday wasn't bad. Was pretty solid. So.
Yeah, the rating was just on the wall. Slay's been playing terrible. He's been by far the worst defender on a team that's already playing bad defense. So there was really nothing more to say. Like this should have happened a long time ago, and it just felt like they were waiting for Samuel to show up, show he could be on the field, and make an impact before they made the move. So we make a move at wide receiver as well. Brought in Adam Thielen, claimed him off waivers. We replaced a 34-year-old corner with a 35-year-old wide receiver. So we don't get any younger, but how do you feel about the Adam Thielen move? Does it even move the needle for you at all?
No, I mean, I don't think there's a lot that's, I mean, it feels very MVS-like where it's like, okay, like, I don't think anything changes. So I just kind of left it at that. I don't know why we just kind of I mean, I think we lost like $11 million in the swap, but I'm not really too worried about it. Slay was on a one-year deal. Thielen's only going to play the next or be a part of the team for the remaining 5 games. So,
yeah, it's just I don't know. We got to have not only the oldest roster in the NFL, but we now have the oldest practice squad in the NFL as well with those two guys on it. Like. I don't know. There's not a move that we're making that makes any difference in the way that we're playing right now.
Right. And it's just too late in the year to do anything that's really going to make a difference. So
yeah, you don't make a trade at the deadline for wide receiver. These are the options you're stuck with: MVS and Adam Thielen.
Correct.
Enjoy. Want to bring up the Cam Hayward incident. So we talked about this last night on the Steelers Sanctuary podcast, but wanted to get your thoughts. So the whole thing with him and Josh Allen. The knee, the bickering back and forth, the after game interviews. How did you think this whole thing played out?
I mean, I think he's been kind of being a big baby all year, just in the fact that I don't think he's been very accountable for how he's played. I don't think he's played well. I'm glad he could feed his family with the holdout and the money he had gotten, but I tend not to speculate. I mean, clearly, I think Tomlin said it as well. Like. Clearly frustration was a huge part of it. And I know that was early on in the game, so I don't know why he was so frustrated. I'm sure Josh might have said something to him or something, but I don't know. I'm not really going to go into it. I feel like, because like I said, I mean, and like you guys and I have said on the Steelers Sank podcast, like he's kind of just been a big old bitch all year. So, it is what it is. Let him be mad.
The bad thing is he's been playing good football, but like, crying about a quarterback kneeing you in the stomach when you are a guy who historically has also taken shots at quarterbacks when they're on the ground is the pot calling the kettle black, like if I've ever heard it. And then in a game, especially where your defense is just getting absolutely bullied by one run play, literally one run play the entire game.
What was it, 29 times?
Yeah. I mean, come on. Like, you cannot be crying about somebody kneeing you in the stomach when your defense is just getting ran straight down their fucking throat repeatedly with one run play and no one on the defense adjusts player-wise, coaching-wise. What are you doing? How is that the biggest complaint to come out of the game for Cam Hayward? Is, he hit me in the stomach. Who fucking cares? You do realize James Cook ran the same play 29 times for, I think the one play was over 180 yards, 230 yards. I forget what he had off of that one play. But that was your complaint, is a knee? Who fucking cares? Like, that's your captain. That sets the tone for the defense. I thought that was just that's an embarrassing moment. I love Cam Hayward. You know I love Cam Hayward. You know how much I've defended Cam Hayward. That's an embarrassing moment. I couldn't get that one done.
Yeah.
Broderick Jones done for the year. I've thought Broderick's been playing better. He's not great.
Yeah, I mean, he's been playing better. Guys get hurt. Pete, I mean, from what Pete had showed on Sunday, I mean, he was fine. He wasn't anything special, but it's like, if we can just get a 5 out of 10 performance from our left tackle, whatever.
It doesn't matter to you at all, does it?
I mean, Broderick Jones being hurt there's a lot bigger fish to fry than Broderick Jones being hurt. I'll tell you that.
All right, let's get to some of the bigger fish to fry then. How about first time that we've ever heard a loud Mike Tomlin, like fire Mike Tomlin chants in the crowd? When you were hearing that during the game, what's running through your mind?
I mean, the fact that there was a crowd. I mean, I think we said this the last time I was on a couple weeks ago. Like, by the week, more and more of the fan base is starting to want him gone. I mean, I'm not going to say all the beat writers, but the guys who like their opinions matter, I guess, so to say, they want him gone. Talk show hosts, fan base. I mean, there's so many. I mean, dude, I think it's very telling. And I think that, the one thing I will always go to is like with the Tomlin thing. I mean, sure, is he a good coach? Yes. But it's time for a change. It's like how I guess I'll put it like how the Browns were with Baker Mayfield, where it's like, was he solid? Sure. But sometimes divorces work out for both sides. I hope another team hires Tomlin. Dude, good for them. Some teams are a leader of men away from being a good team. I mean, look at the Patriots and their little core that they've had. Mike Vrabel totally turned around. Look at the Bears.
Mm-hmm.
The Bears haven't had a leader of men since the 80s. Now, granted, Ben Johnson has a great scheme and everything like that, but he's clearly a leader of men. I think if I'm the Giants, if I'm the Raiders, there's probably 7 or 8 teams that I could think of right now that would take him like that. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure the Falcons would too, but I mean, I agree. The ice is cracking and it's time. It's been time. I've been personally saying it since 2018. That was a little harsh. I think 2020, after the 11-0 collapse, it was time. I think after Pickett just totally, I mean, we could say we won about Pickett, but just the fact that totally didn't work out. Last year, starting off 10-3 and then getting absolutely blown out in like all the final 5 games. It's just time. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts, Trent. There's not really much else to say. It's just time.
Yeah. I think there's just, it's gotten to a point where there's a almost unlimited supply of reasons for this to happen at this point. I mean, you pointed to the collapse down the stretch last year. We are 6 of our last 17 games. We won 6 of the last 17 going back to last season. That's embarrassing. We started this season 4-1. We are 5 of our last 7 since is losses. That's embarrassing.
One of them against a really bad Bengals team too.
Yeah, and you're leading the division while these things are happening. And then for me, the biggest thing that hit home for me was we're in the third quarter, not late in the third quarter. It's still early in the third quarter. And the sack fumble from Aaron Rodgers happens, goes for a touchdown. He gets hurt. The whole team's deflated. And it's like it's now impossible to win because the offense is so putrid with Aaron Rodgers that when Mason Rudolph walks into the game, they know that there's a 0% chance that this offense can do anything. He throws a pick. They score again. And the entire team on both sides of the ball quit in the middle of the third quarter. This is an NFL team playing for a position in the division where you can win. You're playing a team that you're going to potentially see in the playoff, and you can't get guys up for the full 60 minutes? That's coaching. That's a team that has quit on coaching because they know the schematics are not working on offense or defense. I think for Tomlin, when you're in his position and you have acquired all of the power that he has acquired, you can never take a step back. He's never going to relinquish that power. So there's no reset here in Pittsburgh for him to just get back to being a coach and being the great inspiring leader that he claims to be, because he's taking control of the offense. He's taking control of the defense. Dick LeBeau's not there anymore to tell Tomlin he knows how to run a defense. There's not been an offensive coordinator in this building for the last 3 offensive coordinators that would stand up to anything Tomlin wants to do. He handpicks his players. He's involved in the draft, heavily involved in the draft. Everything is within his control. There is no stepping back from that. You don't give that up. It is the Bill Belichick moment. You've got to go. You have to go.
Got to go.
You could talk about it in the same breath that you had the Eagles and Andy Reid. Andy Reid's a phenomenal coach, better than Tomlin. But Tomlin's been a good coach throughout his career. There's no denying that. Andy Reid and the Eagles had to break up. And guess what? They both have won multiple times since then. Both have won multiple Super Bowls since that. So for all of the beat writers out there, for all of the national media out there that say, oh, he'd get a job in 5 minutes. Good. I hope he does get a fucking job in 5 minutes because he's treated the city of Pittsburgh really well for his career here.
Oh,
but guess what?
Great.
Yeah, but guess what? The city of Pittsburgh deserves a better fucking coach than we have right now. The messaging's stale. The team plays like shit. No one's inspired anymore. You need to move on.
The rah-rah wears off. I mean, Colin Cowherd, and I know you guys in your, you guys in your closed-minded selves are always like, oh, these talking heads. Some of them are saying the right things. I mean, you look at Dan Orlovsky, you look at Colin Cowherd, you look at John Middlecoff, you look at, I mean, definitely not Rex Ryan, Stephen A. Smith even. Stephen A. Smith and Mike Tomlin are 2 peas in a pod, brother. He's a Steelers fan. He is defended. I've been yelling at Stephen A. Smith and talking shit about Stephen A. Smith. When him and Cam Newton, 2 very, let's call it polarizing figures in the talk show community,
sure,
are just sitting there. They're saying the same thing I'm saying. I mean, it's like, dude, listen, it's time. It's time. So, and like you said, personnel decisions, mostly him. The fact that he has never had a good coordinator since Dick LeBeau on him. The conservative saying you're not going to live in your fears, but you very much do is all on him. Yeah. It's terrible clock management. We've been saying it for years. Terrible timeout management for years. I mean, it's just everything he's doing is 2006, and it's not 2006.
Yeah.
I mean, Trent, how many, top of your head, how many CEO head coaches are there in the NFL? 6, 5?
Yeah, a lot of them do run double duty at this point.
I mean, how many are how many other than Vrabel are any good?
Not many.
Pete Carroll? Look at the Raiders. They're fucking terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't even think of. I can only think of those 3. But I mean,
Dan Campbell. I think Dan Campbell, you could call it, although he's taken over play calling duties throughout. So maybe he doesn't quite qualify.
He's also had back-to-back very good defensive coordinators.
Yes.
I mean, Aaron Glenn did a really good job. Hello, Kelvin Shepard with the team he's got, great defense.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, John Morton wasn't even terrible. Dan Campbell just said, "Hey, I'm going to call plays." I mean, he was the one who hired Ben Johnson. I mean, it's just, and frankly, it's say being a CEO head coach is the least of it. It's just like, if you are going to be a CEO head coach, you need to know how to deal with coordinators. You need to know your personnel like the back of your hand. You have to be able to manage the clock, the simple things, the timeout management, stuff like that, player management, ability to talk to the media, just the little things like that he can no longer do. It's just time, man. And there's just nothing, I don't know. And if you're going to sit there and tell me that booing Renegade isn't just frustrated fans just wanting to boo, you're wrong, because listen, dude, every team's got their own gimmick, right? I mean, Wisconsin's got that stupid ass jump around that they've had since the beginning of time. Nobody in Wisconsin's fan base is bitching about jump around. Yeah. Nobody in Pittsburgh's fan base should be bitching about Renegade. Oh my God, it sucks. I promise you it's not the fucking song. I promise you it is not the fucking song. No. OHIO. How many years in Ohio State's history have they sucked? Money. Has OHIO ever went away? No. So the Renegade bitching, I don't want to hear it. It's just the team. It's Tomlin. It's the lack of winning. That's all.
Yeah. I thought you brought up a great point about the whole national media thing, because this is probably the first time that you've seen this many jump on the bandwagon. You might get a one-off guy here or there, but
you have Rex Ryan.
This is another level. So, like, when it starts to reach national media, it starts to feel different. And we still have some of our local media. There's some are still trying to defend him. You're right, it's over. And the booing of Renegade, man, that was such a telling moment. The fan base is so just frustrated with the product that they're seeing on the field. And I mean, you got a song that's supposed to come out in a potential game-changing moment. But the problem is the Bills have ran it down your throat the whole goddamn game, and like there is no changing at this point. Like the game was over, even though it was a 16-point game. Like you just knew the stop was not coming in that moment, and it never did. And Richard, I know you put a comment about Coach T's personal life on there. I'm not going to talk about stuff like that on the podcast.
Nick Sirianni. Yeah, good call, Nick Sirianni. He's hired some pretty damn good coordinators.
Yeah, that was a good one though. There you go. We got a Renegade fan there.
Right. And dude, like that's like Renegade's been there since. I mean, hell, I'm only 21, so definitely before me. But I'm sure before you, Trent. I'm sure before my dad and his dad. I mean, come on, man. That's such a stupid fucking thing to bitch about. The fight song, the gimmick. Come on. I mean, it's just a song, man. So I don't know why. Because I saw people on Twitter just like, oh, they got to get rid of Renegade. Dude, come on. It's a song.
So this has been talked about a number of times by a number of different outlets. Trading Mike Tomlin.
That's not an option.
Do you think there is a market? Let's start with that.
Yeah.
You just talked about there'd be teams that want him.
Oh, dude, listen, this is and I say it with sincerity. It's not that I hate who Tomlin is. I hate that Tomlin coaches my team. There are so many teams, Trent, that just some of them are a coach away. Some of them, like I said, I'll say it again and I'll say it till my fucking head turns blue. Some people just need a leader of men. And unfortunately for the state of the Pittsburgh Steelers organization, a leader of men is not what we need right now. A leader of men hasn't been what we needed for what, Trent? I don't know. 6 years. So of course there's a market for Mike Tomlin. I don't think we'd ever get a first for him. I'm sure we could get a second or something like that. I mean, Sean Payton went for 2 firsts, maybe 3. Yeah. I don't think he's as valuable as Payton because Payton's an all-time great play caller. Tomlin's just kind of a motivator, CEO, head coach. But Yeah, I mean, there's certainly a market for him. I'm sure we could get a really good payout for him. I mean, like I said, the Giants, the Falcons. I mean, there's just numerous teams who would just jump on that right now.
You don't think he'd fetch a first?
Trent,
I think I could convince myself he would. Honestly, I do think he would.
I don't give a rat's hootin' ass if he gets I don't care if it's a third. Get him out. I mean, and again, I say it sincerely, like, correct. Tomlin,
this is absolutely true. Yeah.
And that's why, again, the Giant. I mean, whatever. I could go over this list again. I mean, I'm sure the Titans would take him. I mean, there's numerous teams who could take him right now. It's just the Raiders. I mean, it's just one of those things where, okay, sure, buddy. It's just one of those things where he's got to go. Now, I will say, Trent, and I think you and I need to be perfectly clear. I mean, we've been around this team for a long time. There's no way he's not going anywhere. All right. I mean, let's be honest by saying, like, he's probably not going anywhere, but.
So I think Corb saw this, and he brought this up yesterday that I didn't even think of. I had not even crossed my mind, but it was intriguing to think about once he brought this up. So he saw somebody on X, and I don't remember who he said posted this, talked about, we're already starting to hear a fan base chanting "Fire Tomlin" in the stands. We've already seen, there it is. That's where we're going. We've already seen them boo Renegade. We know this fan base got fired up enough to make sure that Matt Canada left the building. Could you imagine in Pittsburgh at the draft, this fan base chanting to fire Tomlin at the draft? Do you think this might move the needle to push this thing to say, hey, listen, Mike, we either need to trade you to a team you want to go to, or we're going to have to just walk our separate ways on this thing? Because that's an intriguing thought.
I hope they do at the draft.
I mean, could you imagine? Oh man, if that happened at the draft, now you just got my head spinning a whole different way. Could you imagine we trade Mike Tomlin for a first-round pick at the fucking draft? That would be the most insane thing. First of all, there's no way they would ever do that, because that would be the most embarrassing thing ever. But like, they wouldn't do that to Mike Tomlin, in my opinion. But at the same time, could you imagine if that went down at the draft and we had picked up an extra first-round pick because they traded Tomlin?
Oh my God! I just realized his contract goes through the 2027 season. I mean, it'd be incredible. It's not going to happen. I mean, but Trent, I mean, I sincerely do think, like, yeah, like, I'm pretty sure. I mean, let me look at the schedule real quick. Let's see. We have, of course, we have Miami at home, and we have the Ravens. We have 2 home games left. We have Miami at home and the Ravens at home. Ravens are probably going to beat us at home. Miami could. If shit starts going south against Miami, yeah, the chants are going to come. If shit starts going south against Baltimore, it's definitely happening. So I don't know what year it'll be. I don't think it's going to be at the end of this year. I don't think it'll be at the draft. It probably won't be next year. I think they're going to find a way. I think the only logical way, just knowing the Rooney family and knowing, like, Omar Khan and just, like, kind of the whole front office's loyalty to Mike Tomlin and the players, I think they're just kind of force him out, like kind of make him retire or something. I don't know how that would work. I don't know the logistics of it. I mean, sure. I mean, I think breaking records is the least of Tomlin's worries. I mean, he doesn't seem like a guy who gives a fuck about breaking records.
But Bob has been talking about the organization wanting him to do this for a long time before they let him go.
I mean, whatever.
I don't know.
Well, and the thing is, what we have to realize with that is that Chuck Noll did that in 12 years, 12 seasons. Mike Tomlin's in year
18, 19. What the hell's he in
19.
now?
Yeah, I think he's
Yeah.
19, and he's still 5 wins away. And let's be perfectly clear, Trent. Those wins aren't coming this year.
No, they're
Those
not
wins
good.
are not coming this year. We're not
No.
winning. We might get 3. I'm thinking 3. I think we'll split Baltimore. We'll split Baltimore. We'll probably beat Cleveland. We'll probably beat Miami. So I think we have 3 wins left, if that. And frankly, going to Cleveland with the way our offense is,
Myles Garrett might have 10 sacks in that game, the way that we're playing right now.
right. So I don't know. I'm curious, but I don't think he's going to go anytime soon. So,
And this is another great point too, with the whole like getting rid of Tomlin this year thing is.
well, the thing is, if we do,
are we going to draft a quarterback? Is that the plan of the future? Because I think if that is the plan of the future, that you're going to take that guy this year and you're not waiting for 2027's class, how the hell could you keep him around with Arthur Smith when they can't devise a game plan for a Hall of Fame Aaron Rodgers? I mean, Aaron looked better with the Jets at the end of last season than he looks. He's not even remotely close to the same guy now.
That's what happens with age. So Omar Khan's tenure goes through the 2028 season. So am I going to sit there and say Omar Khan probably is going to draft a quarterback to save his job if it works? No. But I think that Pittsburgh's very predictable. I mean, the Steelers drafting has been extremely predictable for as long as I can remember. I mean, let's see, the last draft that I can genuinely remember completely watching was 2018. It's pretty obvious. Safety or middle linebacker. Frankly, I thought we might have had bigger fish to fry, but safety or middle linebacker was the obvious choice. 2019, linebacker was obvious. I knew they loved Devin Bush. I mean, didn't they go to like a trillion of Devin Bush's things? 2020, we didn't have one. 2021, I think literally 90% of the fan base had us taking Najee Harris. Like that was everybody knew.
Oh yeah, everybody knew that one.
Everybody knew it. 2022, everybody and their mother knew it was quarterback. Everybody and their mother. 2023, O-line was obvious. 2024, O-line. I think we all had Harmon or, again, it's always very obvious. So for me, as a fan who's watched pretty much every second of every last, I don't know, let's call it 50 draft picks, I'm going to go on a limb and say, yeah, they're going to trade up for a quarterback. I mean, it is so obvious. It's in Pittsburgh. I mean, they are 100% going to trade up for a quarterback, Trent. So
that, to me, I don't know. To me, that further fuels the narrative that Tomlin needs to be gone. You need to find an offensive coach, Clint Kubiak, who might be out there, who's going to bring some energy to the offense, get some points on the board. We need to start dumping some goddamn salaries on that defense because it ain't fucking working. The more we're paying, it isn't getting any better. We need to do something different.
Yeah, but knowing Tomlin, he's going to sit that fucking quarterback anyway. Come on.
He probably will. You're probably right about that.
He's going to sit the quarterback. I don't know. Like, the whole fan base is like, oh, no, if Tomlin's there. Dude, that quarterback's not going to play his rookie year anyway. Come on. Yeah, I mean, Arthur Smith's contract goes through the 2020 till next year. He's not going to get a second contract. But, yeah, I mean, I think we again, Pittsburgh's very predictable with what they do. I think they trade up this draft. Arthur Smith's going to finish out his contract, and the new quarterback's going to get a new OC for his first year starting. So we're not getting Fernando Mendoza. I don't know what that.
He's going to be gone.
It's not going to. I mean, guys,
he's probably the top.
Oh, for sure.
Top or top 2 pick, probably top quarterback taken.
I've stopped worrying about Mendoza and more. Right now, my big list, let's see if I have it here. Yeah, so I've been looking into Ty Simpson, John Mateer, Lenore Sellers, and Brennan Sorsby. So.
Oh, there's no way Mateer's coming out after a way. He's crushed his draft stock.
I agree, but I know they've scouted him numerous times.
They have. You're right. They've been in this place. I think what have they 2-3 times at least?
I think 3. They've also been to Cade Klubnik 4.
Yeah, fuck that.
They've been to 4 South Carolina game or Clemson games this year.
Pass.
I agree, but
Pass.
again, it's
and we both liked Klubnik going into the season.
Guys, it's the predictability. It's very predictable what they do. So, I mean, isn't there a stat out there like Tomlin, our first round draft choice, Tomlin's been at their pro day, combine, blah, 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 senior, like, right? Like at least 2 visits. Like,
yes,
it's so predictable. It's so, I mean, Zach Frazier was
except for Derek Harmon, they were not at, Tomlin was not at the pro day. They did send in, was it Andy Weidel? I'm trying to think who went. I think Andy Weidel maybe had been at that one, but not Con and not Tomlin.
Interesting.
I know it wasn't Con and Tomlin, but I believe it was Andy Weidel that was at the pro day at Oregon.
Yeah, no.
Dave is just, oh God. He's given up on actual words at this point.
Pull up Steeler fans comment. What does that say? Yeah, I mean, I agree. We have a ton of picks. I mean, again, we're probably going to trade up a couple of them. And that's honestly a great question. I mean, you can probably get 3 starters in a get. I mean,
yeah,
you're not going to get an Eagles draft every year. I mean, you could probably get 3 good starters and then some solid backups in depth. I mean, again, the draft it's a lottery. It really is. So, I mean, you're never going to get 7 picks of 7 starters. I mean,
no, but we have done a good job the last 3 draft classes
and that's why I still
filling. Yeah, of really filling out the roster. So outside of Broderick Jones, can you point to one player who is in the 5th round or higher that has been a complete flop?
Corey Trice, but he got hurt.
He was a 7th rounder though.
Oh, or higher? Oh, yeah.
Yes. So first through 5th rounds.
Connor Hayward was a 4th rounder.
Okay.
Oh, that was
4th rounder.
Yeah, that was Colbert though.
Yeah, I mean he's really not.
First draft was 23.
Yeah.
Let's see. 23 was Broderick, JPJ, Benton,
all starters.
Herbig, Darnell.
Herbig should be a starter in my opinion, but that's beside the point.
And Spencer Anderson's been a solid first rounder.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see. 24 was Fautanu, Frazier, McCormick. There's one in between that I'm forgetting. Roman Wilson, Wilson. Okay, that ends that. 25 was Harmon.
Will Howard's the one who's the odd man out of this group.
Well, he's a 6th rounder, isn't he?
Oh yes. So Jack Sawyer.
Yeah. Sawyer. That's it. Well, Caleb Johnson too, actually.
Well, yeah, Caleb Johnson definitely, because he's not even being used at all at this point.
This past draft, this 25 draft was bad. Damn.
Yeah, which it's their first year, so let's evaluate in a year. But it's hard to pick too many misses out of his drafts, and so when you talk about building a roster with a lot of capital, here it is. Shower is asking, they get 12 picks. How many moves do they make? I think you start making a lot of moves.
Well, they have 12 picks currently. They still have to wait compensation for a couple.
Mm-hmm.
I think they have 9 100% picks right now. Now, from what I've seen, first rounders guaranteed, second rounder, all 3 third rounders are also guaranteed. It was Dan Moore. He's played easily half the year. Yeah. Pickens and our pick. So all three are good there. I think it's the 4th rounder, the one that's Fields.
Yeah, we're gonna lose that one.
I think. So, I mean, we're probably gonna end up with 11 because that Fields pick's gonna probably not. We're probably not gonna get it, but Mr. Steeler fan, excuse me,
plenty to move around with that.
Yes. Mr. Steeler fan, Maker is only a sophomore. He still has a year. So, but yeah, I like that Maker.
Yeah.
But Messamaker's also probably going to follow his coach to Oklahoma State, so he won't be at North Texas for very long.
What about this one here?
No.
I think they should throw him on the field.
They should, but it's Tomlin, so they won't.
I know. I think they should. He's never going to bench Aaron unless Aaron is hurt enough. And Mason has, how many passes has Mason even thrown at this point? And he's got two
Tomlin's
picks.
also got that weird boner for Mason.
Yeah. They would have to trade up in the draft for sure. So, yeah.
Yes.
You're not going to get Mendoza because he's going to be gone in the first 3 picks.
You're not getting Mendoza, man. Steeler Nation, like even Derek Bell, like hasn't said a word about Mendoza since like October. Guys, Mendoza, cross him off the list. I mean, seriously, cross him off the list. I like that. Even Derek Bell, who's like the most draft quarterback, batshit crazy dude ever, hasn't talked about Mendoza since October. I promise it's not happening.
Yeah.
Dante Moore, Ty Simpson.
Dante Moore is my guy. I've been riding the Dante Moore train since week either 2 or 3. I can't remember when I really I think it was after the second week, the second game of the season. I dove all in on the Dante Moore train. I love that kid. His throwing motion's just so smooth. He is CJ Stroud.
Yes.
He is CJ Stroud. So if you think you like what you see in CJ Stroud as an NFL quarterback who's played largely behind a shit offensive line, but they're kind of getting it together now in Houston, and you saw what he did now that he came back from injury. If you want CJ Stroud, Dante Moore is CJ Stroud.
Stroud makes a little bit more stupid throws than I think the only nitpick that I have between the two, Stroud makes a lot more stupid throws than Dante Moore does, but I also think Stroud has a stronger arm by a little bit. So there's that. So yeah, I think Dante Moore gives me a lot of Stroud vibes. I think Ty Simpson gives me a lot of Darnold vibes. He's not as big as Darnold, but just gives me a lot of those vibes. And Brennan Sorsby's my 4 right now. He gives me kind of like the bastard child of Jackson Dart and Matthew Stafford, I think. But
okay,
that's Sorsby guy.
An interesting comp.
Well, the build is very, very Jackson Dart, like to a T.
Gotcha.
Like if you looked, it's to a T, and then just Stafford, man, arm angles, RPO, stuff like So,
Mr. Steeler fans asking about Chris Shula. I want to get the hell away from the defensive coordinator, head coach. Look what Ben Johnson's doing with the Bears. That organization has been hell for such a long time. You get these young, innovative offensive minds in the building, and you let them cultivate a team, and the game has moved to offense. I'm sorry, it just has.
Yeah, I agree. Child of the 70s. I want nothing to do with Sellers, but I also think Sellers is going to go back to school. So
Sellers should go back to school.
He should. He might not, but he should.
His fucking mechanics are so goddamn bad, dude. That's fine. There's plenty of defensive coaches in this league that are doing well too. For me, we need a culture change. We need to move to offense. That's the only thing I'm saying for my personal taste. And I'm not saying there's a right or wrong answer. I just think that for my taste, I want the offensive coordinator. Somber has been all over this dude since day one. Jaden Mayava, the kid from USC.
Is he eligible?
He is eligible. He's 6'7", 240, I believe.
What?
Big, strong arm. Yeah. He's a big dude. I'm pretty sure he's definitely 6'7". I can't remember if he's about 235 or 240, I think. I can't remember. I'm sure Somber will roll that right off the tongue there because he probably knows off the top of his head.
6'4", 230, true junior. His first year at UNLV.
He's a big boy.
He looks huge.
Yeah, he's a big dude.
Huge.
He's got, I don't know. Somber, you might be right on him. I'm not in love with him. I see why everybody likes him, though. I'm personally not in love with him, but there are a lot of people. Because the other thing is, and I know Somber's made this point in a previous podcast. I think it was the one where you missed last week when Dave was on here. Mayava probably goes in the second round. And so you have your first round pick to take on a need with, a guy that's going to have some talent, maybe take a wide receiver. Then you take Mayava in the second round. So I get where he's coming from. And that's definitely not a wrong way to think at all.
I'm good on second round quarterback. I mean, I don't know. I feel like second round picks just don't have a good success rate. I think like after the top 15, it's like, you just have to be careful.
Yeah. It's hard. It's hard. It's really, really hard to hit on those guys for sure.
Correct. I mean, look at like the Will Levises of the world, the Geno Smiths. It's just so hard. Ty Simpson, Mendoza, Moore. I want nothing to do with Nussmeier. Nothing to do with Sellers. He'll go back to school. Mayava, I don't know much about him. I want nothing to do with Mateer. I think Levitt stays in school. There's my boy.
He should too.
The Klubnik, Aller, Beck, Chambliss. I don't want anything to do with. Darian Mensah is a guy that very much the Duke kid. I think I'm going to watch that Duke game a little bit with Ohio State.
He's very hot and cold.
I agree, but it is Duke. So
really hot and cold.
Steeler fan, good question. I want nothing to do with Sawyer Robinson. I'm good.
No.
Is he like 5'11"?
I don't think so.
I thought he's like 5'11".
All right.
He's 6'4", 220.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's a pretty good sized kid too. Yeah, Sawyer's not accurate. That's his problem too. And they play in that wide open offense, which I hate the fucking Baylor offense.
I don't know if I want a Big 12 player. That's the one thing with me and Sorsby. Like I love Sorsby, but I don't know if I want anything to do with the Big 12 offense.
All right, let's do this. We've been derailed on draft stuff for about 20 minutes now, feels like. Let's go to the Bills game. Let's talk about this Bills game before we get derailed back into the obscurity of our chat here. So how much – let's just start with this, because my biggest question right now that I'm not even totally sure I've quite figured out for myself is how much of this game are you putting on the coaching staff, the way they scheme things up? How much are you putting on the players, the effort that they gave, the execution that they've been giving? Like, where are you at with this whole thing?
Well, the defensive coaching, just the coach, I think the coaching in general is just terrible. But I'll start with the defensive. So the defensive coaching is my issue on the defense. We have way too many good players, way too expensive of a roster. Right. They just had the ball too long. We couldn't stop them. They ran for 280 yards. I mean, good God.
Yeah, I've got it here. If you want to go through some stats, because it was pretty atrocious. 249 yards rushing to 58. I mean, we were literally
and
190 yards.
My problem is, my thing is with the offense, and frankly, I think that I've come to the conclusion myself, I'm no longer going to get on the coaching. I'm not, like, especially on the offense. Listen, fire Pat Meyer. I don't care. I don't care. Yeah. Whatever. Broderick Jones just isn't a good football player. Sayamalu's been good. Frazier, stud. Fautanu, stud. McCormick, good player. So we have the players. I don't care. Like the offensive line, I think we have the guys. The problem is we built the offense terribly. We have a $30 million receiver, total stud. Our second best receivers are Calvin Austin and Roman Wilson. Roman Wilson's a 3. Austin's a 4. Almost a 5 at this point. We have 7 tight ends. We have an RB 1.5 and an RB 2/3 who's a really good receiving back. And our quarterback is fucking terrible. I don't know what you clowns want out of the coaching staff on the offense. Oh, make Aaron Rodgers good. Oh, make the offensive line good. Oh, make our 12 tight ends and terrible receivers good. The fuck do you want Arthur Smith to do? Oh, make this 42-year-old quarterback good now. What do you want them to do? I don't get it. Like the whole fan base bitching about like the offensive staff. Listen, there is nothing you could do about a bottom 3 quarterback and perfectly average offensive line, a bottom 3 receiving core, and a bottom 10 running back unit. I just don't get it. I'm sorry. I don't know. I've been getting very frustrated recently because they're like, oh, we'll kill Arthur Smith. No, kill Tom.
All right. So let me change gears on this right now. Do you think the Saints are that much better with talent they have around them than the Steelers?
No, but they have Kellen Moore.
Isn't that coaching?
Right. He's a hell of a play caller. And also Tyler Shuck.
Okay. So isn't that kind of the point there? Like, your coaching staff is doing nothing to scheme. We paid $30 fucking million for DK Metcalf, and they have not schemed him open one time.
Well, he gets double bracket all game. There's just nothing we can do.
I'm sorry. You can say the same shit about Puka Nacua and Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase and CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens, and you go down the line of all these receivers in the league. And guess what? They find ways to get them open. I've seen Puka Nacua. They run plays out of 13 personnel where there's 3 tight ends on the field. He's the only fucking receiver, and they're still getting him open. You don't think teams are bracketing him?
Trent. Look at yourself, buddy. They have Matthew. No, stop talking. They have Matthew Stafford. They have Devontae Adams. Colby Parkinson's a stud. They have a really good running back group with Williams and Corum. And they have a really good play caller and a really good offensive line. Okay, Dallas, Brian Schottenheimer's a stud. Dak Prescott's really good. Javonte Williams has been really good. Ferguson, top 5 tight end. And CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens are probably the best receiving duo in the league. A.J. Brown is Devontae Smith and Jalen Hurts and Dallas Goedert and Saquon Barkley. I mean, come on, man. This is silly. What are we doing? I mean, what's the common denominator with all those receivers you named, Trent? Oh, Jefferson. He is Jordan Addison. By the way, Jefferson's production is way down. But he also has Jordan Addison, Aaron Jones, TJ Hawkinson, Jalen Naylor's a total fucking stud. Good offensive line, good play caller. Dude, the problem is, Trent, there's a common denominator with all those things, and it's not the fucking coaching. These guys have other receivers, they have other talent around them, and most of the guys you named have damn good fucking quarterbacks. I mean, again,
Justin Jefferson has a good quarterback.
JJ McCarthy had a couple really good games, and again,
good God.
Bro, Justin Jefferson had 2 catches for 4 yards last week, Trent.
Has JJ McCarthy cleared 200 yards passing yet?
I have no idea.
No.
But again,
he's fucking terrible, dude. He's one of the worst quarterbacks in the league.
Trent, you're focused on the wrong things, bro. Like, you have to look at those rosters. You named a receiver, look at his roster on offense, compare it to our roster on offense, and tell me the difference. Then look at the quarterback that said person has, George Pickens, Justin Jefferson, Puka Nacua, fucking whatever, and compare it to the quarterback that we have. And then after that, Trent, what I want you to do, go to their running back that they have on their roster, compare it to the running back group that we have. And then I got one more. Compare the offensive line on said roster, compare it to Pittsburgh's. And then you can kind of get an idea of like, oh, yeah, Puka Nacua, really good player. But also he is, oh, wait, MVP candidate, Devontae Adams, who has like 15 touchdowns. Kyron Williams, a beast. Sean McVay's a demon. Offensive line's fantastic. Colby Parkinson's a stud. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? I mean, what are we doing? Like, yeah, I think if DK Metcalf had an MVP caliber quarterback, he'd be better. I think if DK Metcalf, Devontae Adams, he'd be better.
So let me ask you this, because I have you watched the all-22 of the Bills game yet?
Yes.
Okay. Did you notice they were running nothing but 8 and 9-man fucking fronts, and we never checked out of it one time to a pass play? Never.
Right. Because we don't have anybody else who could separate other than DK. Because
Robert Wilson is open a lot. We're not even throwing that kid the ball.
Right. Muth never plays. Okay. He's our second best receiver.
Okay. Whose fault is that?
And then again, Trent, our quarterback sucks. We have a
quarterback does suck. I get that.
We have a bottom 3 quarterback in the league. There's nothing we could do. There's nothing a coaching staff can do about a bottom 3 quarterback. I'm sorry. It's the same conversation we had about Pickett. It's the same thing we said about Russell Wilson and Justin Fields. There's Mitch Trubisky and Ben in his last year. There's just nothing you could do about a bottom 3 quarterback, bro. Like, they could stack 11 and Aaron Rodgers wouldn't complete a pass. You know why? because he has more turnovers than completed passes under pressure this year.
Yeah.
What do you want
That's
him to
true.
do? What do you want Arthur Smith to do? I'm sorry. I ask this question every week. I'm like, I don't know what you guys want Arthur Smith to do. His personnel, and granted, I think his personnel is because of his scheme, which, again, conversation for another day. But
That's
even
the reason.
the personnel that he does have with the scheme is awful. I mean, Johnny Smith was a swing and a miss.
So how do you explain away, if coaching isn't the biggest problem,
Not on offense.
that we might
not on offense.
I'll go with just offense. How do you explain away that we move away from the things that are working for us in the first half to the second? Our second half adjustments actually cost us fucking points every week.
Well, it's Mike Tomlin and Aaron Rodgers. I think it's a combination of the two.
Okay, so we're back to coaching, and I'll give you Aaron Rodgers, but it's still coming.
When you say coaching, I'm thinking like Arthur Smith. I don't.
It's both. It all comes down from Mike Tomlin anyway. We know that. The play sheet that Arthur Smith holds in his hand is handpicked by fucking Mike Tomlin. We know that.
And the quarterback's terrible.
The quarterback is terrible. I agree with that part. That's why I'm sitting here saying play fucking Will Howard and at least see what you got in the kid. It's not going to be worse. I can promise you. The kid can run in there and throw 5 fucking interceptions, and guess what? It doesn't matter because we're punting 5 of those fucking times or throwing an interception anyway. So who cares?
I agree. And yeah,
he can at least run. He can run for his life. He can move. Like it could change some dynamic of the offense.
He doesn't have the zip that Rodgers has, and with a rookie quarterback who's drafted in the 6th round, you probably won't get as much aggression, downfield stuff. But
you should try something. You just gotta. There's got to be something that this coaching staff can try that's different. I talked about running mesh routes just to give DK Metcalf a rub route where the safety can't be completely bracketing him, letting him come underneath. Yeah, but we're not even getting the ball in those scenarios because we're not allowed to throw the ball over the middle of the fucking field.
Well,
that's coaching.
He's gotten
a couple
of them.
But if you notice, even when we're running the mesh concepts, he's not getting the ball until well after he's cleared the mesh, and he's like down to the damn sideline.
Right.
We're not hitting anything in time. We're in rhythm, and it's because the offense has no rhythm.
Let me ask you something, Trent, and I just want you to hear me out. So Arthur Smith, right, has his own style of offense. Are you going to sit here and tell me that Aaron Rodgers isn't not only in the film room, but isn't at the line of scrimmage checking in and out of his play concepts all the time? You're an idiot if you say no to that question.
I don't. So here's the thing. I'm not saying no. I'm not saying no, but I'm not. I don't think Aaron is doing it enough.
60%
Aaron is.
Of the game,
good.
60% of the game, Rodgers running his own offense. Now, you say he's not doing it enough. I think he's doing it too much. Arthur Smith wants to run the football. Okay?
Sure.
But Rodgers, he doesn't want to stay in the pocket, which is what we see on film.
Yeah, we've been talking about that for weeks.
He doesn't want to get hit, which we see on film. He throws the ball way too quickly, which we see on film. When has Arthur Smith ever been a short game merchant? I mean, you saw Russell Wilson throw the deep ball last year. When has Arthur Smith ever been a short game merchant, Trent? When? When? Right. So when it's Rodgers checking into his own shit, where he doesn't want to sit in the pocket, he doesn't want to throw it downfield, and he wants to get the ball out as soon as humanly possible, that to me is evidence that it's him and not Arthur Smith. He's running his own thing, not what Arthur Smith wants to run. Again, the evidence of Arthur Smith, he's been calling plays for what? Almost a decade, eight years in the NFL.
Yeah.
This has never been his offense before. Never has this been what Arthur Smith does. I mean, listen, Trent, you and I both can attest to that. He's been calling plays for 8 years in this league. Has he ever ran an offense like this?
No, not at all. And that's why to me this it all comes back to Mike Tomlin. And I agree. And I agree. Aaron Rodgers has a lot of fault in this too, but this still that further just to me that just further drives my narrative of just play Will Howard and see what the fuck you got. You're losing. You've lost 5 of 7. Aaron has been there for all but one of those games, so he's not helping you win. So what the fuck are we doing?
Well, the thing with Mason is, what do you want them to do with Mason? Really, like he's terrible. I mean,
get his ass on the fucking. He can wear a hat and be the emergency quarterback like Will Howard's been doing. I don't fucking need to see his ass in a game.
Well,
We've seen him. This is a repeat of just everything he's done through his career. I mean, the game he started, I'm like, okay, now the Masonites out there can just be put to fucking bed because he's just as bad. And that 3-game stretch was an anomaly, and it wasn't great. It was just okay. He plays serviceable quarterback in the NFL. We just haven't seen serviceable quarterback play in 5 years. So, yeah, it looked great to us because everything else has looked so bad by comparison. Like, to me, there's no point. I know you're right. We're not going to see Howard. But we should do something different than what we've been doing. I mean, if Aaron doesn't want to take the shots downfield, then you're never going to have a run game. Because they're going to do exactly what the Bills did all game long to us. They just took away the run game because Jaylen Warren really is the only true threat in the offense because we can't get DK open.
All the teams are going to do that too, Trent. Every single team is going to do that to us. Every single team is going to put 7 or 8 in the box every time because I think Arthur Smith has done a really good job of trying to – I think he should use a little bit more motion. But again, he's been calling plays for 8 years. He's never been a huge motion guy. I think he should use a little bit more motion, try and free him up, and that's definitely an Arthur Smith thing. I think it's a 3-headed monster, but I think at least half of it is Rodgers. I think probably another 20% is going to be Tomlin, and sure, if that other 30% is going to be Arthur Smith, so be it. Actually, no, 10% of it's got to be the personnel. We just don't have it.
Yeah.
And I know Trent, there's nobody more behind starting Will Howard than I am. I would, than you are, frankly, but I'm next. I'd love to start Will Howard. But that's just never going to happen. Tomlin is never, come on, you know Tomlin, brother.
Yeah, he started him for sure.
We've been doing the Tomlin gimmick for 19 years. Is he ever going to start Will Howard?
No.
Absolutely not.
No. And me and Corbin have been joking about this whole Will Howard thing for a long time, but I'm like, I'm all in. For real. I'm all in on like, it can't possibly be worse.
See what you
at
have.
least open the read option game up. The kid can run the ball,
right?
And give Jaylen Warren a little bit of breathing room because you keep some of these weak side linebackers honest because they have to be wary of whether or not Howard is going to go the opposite direction and take off for a touchdown.
I agree. And Steelers freak, I'm with you, brother. I think we need to have a quarterback who's good with a scheme like that, with just. Yeah, willing to sit in the pocket, willing to do play action, willing to throw the ball over the middle. I mean, dude, Arthur Smith has always been an advocate for throwing the ball over the middle. He tried to have Desmond Ridder throwing backside digs at 18 yards of depth.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. So, yeah, I think, I said it at the beginning of the year, and I'll say now. I mean, it's certainly a Rodgers issue. And unfortunately, with Mike Tomlin and who Rodgers is, it's not going to change.
No, that's the unfortunate part. Because listen, Aaron has been good inside the red zone, but the problem is you have to get to the red zone, and the defense can't be the ones getting you there all the time, and that's what we've been relying on far too often. And now the defense is just broken, man. I mean, they've had what's the stat I saw today? I wish I saved it.
We've also lost the time of possession. You guys have to understand that even with how bad the defense has been playing and the coaching is and stuff and the schematics, you guys have to understand you guys just have to understand that no defense in the entire NFL is going to be able to survive being on the field that long. I mean, 42 minutes, Trent, is any defense in the NFL going to survive 42 minutes?
No.
It's because the offense
73 plays to, what was it, 42? That's disgusting.
Right.
And they played for the season. The defense has played one full game longer than the offense, which is fucking unheard of. Like that's horrible. It's horrible. And then I keep saying, oh, well, the TJ Watt, he's lost a step coming off the edge. He was 0.72 at the snap, and now he's 0.83. Yeah, because he's fucking exhausted, dude. He's trying to grab oxygen between plays. Like, are you serious? He played 90% of 73 plays. What do you expect from him?
Right.
Come on.
Right.
I mean, he did get ran over in that last game, but I'm not going to lie. But still, if the offense doesn't help your defense out, they cannot be effective.
Yep. I'm with you.
Yep. Shower, you're totally right on that one. I don't know about you. I don't see that there's no fix for this. I think
There's
we're
not.
riding this out the way this is till the end of the season.
There is not a fix for this.
It's just bad. And the longer the season has gone on and the more the offense hasn't been able to move the ball, and like I start questioning things that I probably shouldn't question. I'm like, well, is the run game that bad, or is it just everybody stacking the box and nobody can throw the fucking football further than 5.5 yards? Like
Well,
they only have to play within 5.5 yards.
the team is very much built to pass block. That is one thing that, like, they've been doing that for years. The team is built to pass block. We don't have any like run block specialist maulers. Like, we don't have a Penei Sewell who's like significantly night and day better at run blocking than he is pass. Like, we don't have that. But yeah, I mean, team's built to pass block, and when we have a quarterback who isn't willing to sit in the pocket and get rid of and throw the ball downfield, there's no point. So when we do have to run and do screens and quick game and stuff, it makes the O-line look worse than it is.
Yeah. This thing's a mess, dude. I've not been so like set that this thing's a mess in a long time as a fan.
It's not fixable.
This thing is a mess.
It's not fixable.
Baltimore's been so bad this year. I'm not going to lie. I don't know how we're going to beat them. I don't know how we're going to beat them.
Hopefully we don't, Trent.
I mean, at this point, we're getting to best case scenario territory is to lose out.
Best case scenario is losing out. Yes, because best case scenario we lose out, we get number 9 overall. I think they said it's 10, but like I think somebody at either 8 or 9 or someone has like 3 like grossly easy games that they're going to probably win. So, yeah, I think you got to lose out at this point. You do. You have a fossil of a quarterback who's just a total ghost of himself. You have a young offense. You do. I mean, our oldest player is Jonnu, who's not going to be on the team next year, obviously. Your oldest player is Isaac Sayamalu, actually. But your second oldest player is Jonnu. I mean, your core guys, Pat Fryermuth's 27. DK's 27. Warren's 26. Austin and Roman are both under 25. Darnell's under 25. Fautanu's 25. Frazier's 24. Broderick's 24. McCormick's 25. I mean, got a young group there. You got a few young guys on D. I mean, Samuel's 26. Ramsey will have a job next year because he's been pretty good. Hopefully, I'm hoping they keep him and Duggar together. JPJ's 24. Benton's
and playing
24.
much better. Listen, for all the shit JPJ has taken last year, the year before, and even into this year, JPJ has had a really solid season this year. He's not cornerback 1, in my opinion. But he's a really good cornerback, too, right now in this league.
I was just telling my buddy about that. JPJ is probably a bottom 5 or 6 cornerback 1, but a probably top 8 to 10 cornerback 2.
Yep.
And it's really hard to have 2 good corners. It's really hard.
Yes. And I've kind of been in the mindset, and I know people probably going to give me shit for this, but like I would really like to see the team take a corner in the first round of this draft and lock up your 2 outside corners. And you can find the wide receiver 2 in the second round.
And you got to take a quarterback.
I don't know if they do.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know. No, I'm not saying. Let me rephrase how I'm saying that. I'm not saying that they don't need one. I'm just saying I don't know if they will take a quarterback in this class.
I'm going to tell you right now, Trent. If there is not how do I put this? If there is not a new and young quarterback on this team next year, I am probably retiring from my podcast career. I can't do another year. Trent, I can't do another year of a 35, 37, 41-year-old quarterback coming in. We expect him to play well. He's not willing to sit in the pocket. He's not willing to throw it on field. He's not willing to call the right plays. I'm not willing to do that again. I'm sorry. Like, we can't do another year of this. I don't care if you have to draft Brendan Sorsby at 13th overall. I don't care.
Okay, so then let's see. Oh, we're gonna go down a rabbit hole. All right, I don't care. I'm good with it. Is there a quarterback worth trading up for in this class that you would go after? I think there's three. Let's start with this. Do you think there's 3 first-round quarterbacks in this class? I think there's 3.
Yeah.
Do you think there's a 4th, in your opinion?
Yeah.
Okay, so you got one more than I got because I've got Mendoza, Ty Simpson, and I think it's a lock, in my opinion, that Dante Moore is coming out, even though a lot of people keep saying he's not. But then now I just saw that. Just getting ready to say that. OC is getting ready to leave. He's already in contract or talks in a contract to be out. I think that is basically signed, sealed, delivered. Dante Moore is coming to the NFL draft. So, who's your 4th?
Sorsby.
Okay, so you got a 4th. Now, is there a guy you would trade up for in this class? Also, no, freak, no.
No, I think we said that twice today.
Yeah. No.
I mean, I'd be willing to trade it for Simpson or Moore. I wouldn't be willing to trade it for Sorsby. I think we could stand pat on Sorsby. Sorsby probably is going to end up being like consensus QB 5 or 6. But I'd be willing to draft him. Hey, thanks, Richard. Have a good one, brother. Yeah, I'd be willing to draft him at whatever spot we're at. Say we're at 14, 15, 12, 13, whatever. But I would trade up for, because Simpson's going to go 1 or 2, so we won't be able to get him. But I'd be willing to trade up for Moore or Simpson for sure. You?
So I would trade up for Moore. Mendoza's out of the picture. I would not trade up for Mendoza. I am not a big Mendoza guy. I think he's going to be a fine player in the NFL. I don't think he's a guy I would trade up and sell my future for to get that high, especially. Simpson, I would be okay trading up for once he's outside the top 10. I don't think he makes it anywhere near the top 10. I think he goes inside the top 5. But if he's dropping around top 10 territory, I would trade up for Simpson because I don't think the tools are elite tools. So my comp for Simpson had been more of a Drew Brees guy, like elite at reading the field pre-snap, making adjustments pre-snap.
I don't think he's accurate as Brees, though.
Yes, exactly. He's not as accurate. He's a very, very intellectual player, which really helps him out. Plays with great anticipation. Great anticipation. Love his anticipation.
And he's got huge balls too.
Yeah. Yep. Delivered a great ball in that Auburn game. Took a shot, held up in the pocket, delivered a throw. For me, honestly, I believe Dante Moore is the only guy I'm trading up for in this class because I truly believe in that kid more than everybody else, including Mendoza.
Yeah, I'm good with that, dude.
So
I'm good with that.
Shower, we're on the same train with you, buddy.
Well, I don't think the coaching staff changes are coming necessarily super soon, so I think it's just got to be quarterback. Unfortunately, it's probably not the right way to do it, but I think quarterback first right now. Tomlin's going to sit him the first year anyway, so we'll get a new OC for the new quarterback. That's just a fact. So.
Yep. I agree with you. I missed this one. Yeah. Yeah. You're not lying about that, too. Or Troy, sorry.
But
yeah,
the one thing is like there are probably a lot of problems, but most of them do revolve around Mike Tomlin. At least we could say that. Us as an entire fan base could say every problem revolves around Tomlin. Again, the coordinators, the personnel decisions, the free agency decisions.
Yeah.
Those are probably the three of the 5 biggest issues, and they all fall under Tomlin. So that's at least one thing that we could say. So
absolutely. All right, man. We went down a little bit of a rabbit hole in this one with the draft talk. So did you have anything else that you wanted to talk about before we let everybody go?
No, I'm good. We'll see you guys next week after Baltimore. I'm sure we'll have a very similar discussion.
All right. Sounds good. Well, hopefully not, but yeah, you're probably going down that path with me again. for everybody in the chat, you guys were fantastic tonight. You guys were lighting it up. Appreciate
Hey man,
all the feedback.
we have conference championship weekend, brother. We could, I mean, talk about draft shit.
Yes. Because I'm about to be watching my Buckeyes in the.
Yeah, I was down in
game.
Columbus. I was down in Columbus with some of my buddies, so that was a super fun experience. I did wear Ohio State gear. Don't worry.
I appreciate that, buddy. And you were better off to be there with the High State gear on, especially that day.
Oh, dude, that was the most I'd ever yelled and screamed for Ohio State in my life, man.
God, dude, I'm not even gonna lie. The first run, I'm like, Jesus Christ, here we go. Like, can we really be the best team in the country? And they're gonna rip off these huge runs on us again and like gashes, and then they get a 10-yard pass. I'm like, this kid hasn't completed a 10-yard pass in like a month, and we're gonna let him complete one. Bryce Underwood's been god awful this year. He's the most expensive shit ass quarterback in the entire college football.
We were saying the same thing at the we're at the outside bar. There's like a huge fire and whatnot. We're outside, so we had said the same thing. Like all of us in the big group, we looked at each other like, oh, it's gonna be one of these again, dude. Fuck.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, thank God, dude. It was a big relief. So we'll see. But anyway, chat, you guys were fantastic again. As always, like, share, subscribe so you know when me and Colin are coming on. You can check us out. Keep the comments flowing. As always, thank you, and we'll talk to you next.
Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.